I am a coach and an alum of Girls on the Run. Kids today carry a lot of stress, from school pressure to social isolation to overuse of devices. We create a space where girls can connect, build confidence, and learn skills like managing emotions, setting goals, and speaking up. Each child's experience is different, and families need support. I'm proud to be part of a comprehensive solution to youth mental health. Get involved today at empowerourfuturecoalition.com.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here, wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day. Yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction, but there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Tonight's meal, tilapia surprise with boiled cabbage. Begin cooking steps 1 through 50 now.
Are you kidding me? Making dinner shouldn't feel like doing a 1,000-piece puzzle. With Blue Apron's new one-pan assemble and bake meals, the hard part's already done. Pre-chopped ingredients, zero stress. Just assemble, bake, and enjoy. No complicated steps, no mountain of dishes. Try Assemble and Bake today. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
I am a coach and an alum of Girls on the Run. Kids today carry a lot of stress, from school pressure to social isolation to overuse of devices. We create a space where girls can connect, build confidence, and learn skills like managing emotions, setting goals, and speaking up. Each child's experience is different, and families need support. I'm proud to be part of a comprehensive solution to youth mental health. Get involved today at empowerourfuturecoalition.com.
Hello, I'm Sarah, and welcome to the Whispering Woods After Dark. I've got one long story today. It's a bit of a different one. I've got a few lovely reviews to read. I don't know if I've done this one before, so I'm going to do it again. Totally Obsessed, and this is by Hashi Brownie. I've just learned of Obscurata after being introduced to Sarah's and her son Toby's other incredible podcast, Whispering Woods, from Emma, over at Real Life Ghost Stories. Oh, we love Emma. I am so excited. I love the content, and Sarah has the perfect voice for narrating these stories. I'm binging both nightly. Thank you for your contribution to the world of the paranormal and true crime. And that's from Shannon. Thank you so much, Shannon. And another one, this is from Southern Girl 73. She did it again. I am a Whispering Woods fanatic, so when I heard Sarah talking about Obscurata, I was so excited. She did not disappoint. Sarah has the perfect voice for spinning these scary stories. I highly recommend starting this binge-worthy podcast. Oh, thank you. That really is something special. Thank you. And the Flying Beer. That sounds interesting. Flying Beer. This one says Top Quality Dark Mysteries Podcast. This podcast is great in many ways. Fascinating stories. The sound editing is professional quality. Music appears always at the right moment, volume. And I really love the host, Sarah's voice and diction. Perfect pace and tone. You're in the podcast right away, and it's hard to stop listening. Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you so much, the Flying Bear. I'll get straight into it. Are you ready for the story? The wind howled against the old house as midnight approached. Snow flurries tapped at the window panes. A winter storm raging outside. Curled up under heavy blankets, a young girl lay awake in her bed, listening to the storm. She was alone tonight. Her parents had gone into town, leaving her with only the family dog for company. The power had flickered out an hour ago, blanketing the house in darkness, except for the faint glow of a battery lantern on her nightstand. Thunder rumbled in the distance. The girl shivered and reached a trembling hand down to the floor beside her bed. Almost immediately, she felt a warm, wet tongue gently lick her fingers. It was her loyal dog, offering comfort from his usual spot beneath the bed. She smiled weakly in the dark. As long as her dog was there, she felt safer. Moments later, a drip, drip, drip echoed somewhere in the house. The girl tensed. Perhaps a faucet left running, or rain leaking through the roof. She tried to ignore the sound, focusing instead on the reassuring licks on her hand. Eventually, her eyes grew heavy. The rhythmic drip, drip continued, but the girl's fear was soothed by the presence of her dog. As she drifted into an uneasy sleep, she reminded herself that she was not truly alone. A faithful companion was watching over her from the dark. When morning's grey light finally arrived, the storm had passed. Relieved, the young girl rose from bed, a hand dangling over the side as she called to her dog. But this time there was no answering nuzzle or lick. A dreadful quiet had settled in the house. Slowly, she followed the sound of water droplets to the bathroom down the hall. The tapping noise grew louder. Inside, the sink was off. The tub was off. Yet drip, drip continued. Confused, the girl moved toward the shower, and there she froze in horror. Her beloved dog hung lifeless from the shower rod, blood slowly dripping onto the tiles. On the wall, written in streaks of red, were the words that would haunt her forever. Humans can lick too. This tale is not a scene from a horror film, but rather a classic contemporary urban legend known as the licked hand. It's sometimes also called the doggy lick, or the man under the bed, in reference to the intruder lurking just out of sight. This story has been told and retold at slumber parties and across the internet for decades. Despite the details, people recount it with a shudder of thrill, often insisting it happened to a friend of a friend or in a nearby town. Urban legend is the term folklorists use for these kinds of stories. They are usually fictional tales passed off as true, often with horrifying or cautionary elements. What makes the licked hand especially frightening is how it takes a scene of perceived safety and comfort. A girl believing her loyal pet is protecting her in the dark and turns it into a nightmare. The legend's punchline, the message, humans can lick too, delivers a jarring realization. The comforting lick on the hand was never from a dog at all. In the legend, the intruder hides under the bed, an intimate space where one would least expect a stranger. This subversion of safety taps into primal fears. Even without graphic description, the mere suggestion that an unknown person was quietly hiding inches away from an unsuspecting victim is enough to send chills down anyone's spine. Like many urban legends, the lit hand exists in multiple forms. The core scenario remains the same, but storytellers often tweak details to keep it fresh or to localize it. In most versions, the protagonist is a young girl home alone for the first time, often during a stormy night or a power outage, heightening her vulnerability and isolation. The only companion is the family dog, typically described as a gentle, protective breed, the kind you would trust to ward off danger. Key elements common to almost every version include: the girl reaches down intermittently for the dog's touch. The act of the dog licking her hand is always presented as her source of comfort amid fear. A persistent dripping sound in the house unnerves the girl. It might be coming from a bathroom or the kitchen. She often assumes it's a leaky faucet or the result of the storm, too afraid or too drowsy to investigate thoroughly. After making it through the night, the girl investigates the dripping sound in daylight. She finds her dog brutally killed, its blood dripping, explaining the mysterious drip drip that she heard. The horrifying final reveal is the message humans can lick too, scrawled in the dog's blood or written on a note in some tellings. This is the intruder's taunt, confirming he was there, licking her hand, and could have harmed her at any moment. Some variations alter the setting or characters. Occasionally the story features an old woman living alone, rather than a teenage girl. In other tellings, the girl's parents are merely asleep in the house, rather than away, making the idea of an intruder sneaking around even more chilling. The fate of the dog also varies. All versions are grim, but some storytellers leave the gory details to the imagination, implying the dog's death without describing it explicitly. The intruder's message might change slightly as well. For example, some versions have "people can lick too," or the intruder leaves no written message at all, sometimes revealing himself with the sadistic whisper of the phrase. Despite these minor differences, the core horror remains consistent. The listener is led to believe throughout the story that the faithful dog is present, only to be shocked by the twist that an unknown person has replaced the pet. It's a classic shaggy dog story in a literal and figurative sense. A long setup, involving a dog, ending with a dark twist and a morbid play on words. This legend has notable parallels with other hidden intruder stories. For example, the famous babysitter urban legend involves a teenage babysitter receiving phone calls, only to have police discover the calls are coming from inside the house. An intruder was upstairs the whole time. Another similar tale, "Aren't You Glad You Didn't Turn On the Light?" features a college student who unknowingly sleeps in the same room as her murdered roommate and discovers a scrawled message on the wall in the morning. The message in that case usually reads, "Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light?" These narratives all prey on the unsettling idea that the victims are oblivious to immediate danger lurking just feet away. Tracing the exact origin of the licked hand legend is difficult, as is the case with most urban legends. These stories typically circulate orally long before they are ever written down. Folklorists began documenting modern urban legends in the late 20th century, and the licked hand is among the creepy tales that teenagers remember hearing from friends or older siblings by the 1970s and 80s. For example, folklorist Jan Harold Brunvand, famous for his collections of urban legends, noted that variants of the dog-licking story were already spoken of by the 1980s. By the 1990s, the story was popular enough to be included in chain emails and in scary story anthologies for kids and teens. The advent of the internet in the early 21st century then gave legends like this a new life. On online forums and horror-themed websites, the licked hand often surfaces in lists of the scariest urban legends. With each retelling, storytellers sometimes localize the details, placing it in their own town, or changing the dog's breed or the girl's name, to make it feel more immediate and plausible to their audience. Despite the many versions of the tale, no factual incident has ever been confirmed that matches the events of the licked hand. It is universally regarded as fiction and folklore. Why does the licked hand legend hold such power over our imaginations? Much of its terror lies in exploiting a fundamental fear, the fear of a hidden intruder in one's safe space. Homes and bedrooms are places we consider private and secure. The thought that someone could be lurking under the bed or in the cupboard or the attic without our knowledge is profoundly unsettling. This legend personifies that fear in a way that is simple yet horrifyingly effective. Psychologically, the scenario forces us to question our own perceptions and trust. In the story, the girl trusts that her dog is by her side protecting her. That trust is what allows her to fall asleep despite her unease. The twist is that her trust was misplaced. The comforting presence was a predator in disguise. This taps into a primal vulnerability, the idea that our senses and assumptions can betray us. Legends of intruders hiding in close proximity have been popular for decades because they resonate with real anxieties. Many people have experienced the creeping worry that they are not alone when they should be, whether it's from hearing a bump in the night or momentarily imagining a shadow in a dark room might be something more. The licked hand amplifies that common fear and gives it a dramatic narrative. From a young age, children are often afraid of an imaginary monster under the bed. This legend is like the grown-up and far more sinister version of that childhood fear, except instead of a mythical monster, the monster is a very real human intruder. Sociologists and psychologists note that urban legends often thrive because they play on common fears or reflect collective anxieties in society. The home intruder is a universal fear, and stories like this one act almost as cautionary tales. They warn of what would happen if you let your guard down. Real-world incidents rare as they may be, also feed these fears and give legends a hint of credibility. In the summer of 2008, a man living alone in Kasur, Fukua, Japan, began noticing strange signs around his home. Food seemed to vanish from his fridge, lights were left on, but nothing was broken and there was no sign of forced entry. Puzzled and doubting his own memory, he set up a small security camera aimed at the kitchen. What the footage revealed was chilling. While he was at work, a woman emerged from a top cupboard in his closet and walked barefoot through the house. She made herself at home, ate, used the shower, even watched TV. Then before he returned, she climbed back into the cupboard and slid the door shut behind her. Police found her still living there, a 58-year-old woman, homeless, who had been surviving undetected in his home for nearly a year. She had created a small sleeping area with a thin mattress and a water bottle hidden behind boxes. The man had no idea he wasn't alone. And in 1941, Philip Peters, a retired railroad auditor, was found bludgeoned to death in his Denver home. His wife had been recovering in the hospital, and he was supposedly living alone. Police were baffled. Nothing was stolen. All the doors and windows were locked. For months, the house sat empty. Yet neighbours continued to report strange sounds. Footsteps, shadows in the windows. Officers even staked out the home, but found nothing. Eventually, one patrolman opened a closet and noticed a panel slightly ajar. When he pulled it back, he saw legs disappearing into a dark crawl space above. Inside was a frail, half-starved man. Theodore Connies, an old acquaintance of Peter's. Connies had visited during hard times, and upon finding the attic crawl space unoccupied, moved in without telling anyone. He'd been secretly living above the ceiling for weeks, stealing food when he could. When Peters discovered him one night, Connies panicked and beat him to death with an iron. Then he went back to hiding. Police dubbed him the Denver Spider-Man. For over a month, he lived just feet above the heads of investigators. Silent, watching, waiting. So in the calm light of day, we can reassure ourselves that legends like the Licked Hand is just a story, a piece of make-believe, but its power lies in the lingering uncertainty it imparts. After hearing it, one can't help but double-check that the doors are locked, that there's nothing lurking under the bed, and that the comforting lick on your hand at night really is from your pet. Urban legends thrive on that fragile border between fiction and the unsettling possibility, however remote, that it could be true.
I am a coach and an alum of Girls on the Run. Kids today carry a lot of stress, from school pressure to social isolation to overuse of devices. We create a space where girls can connect, build confidence, and learn skills like managing emotions, setting goals, and speaking up. Each child's experience is different, and families need support. I'm proud to be part of a comprehensive solution to youth mental health. Get involved today at EmpowerOurFutureCoalition.com.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. You know, one of the perks about having 4 kids that you know about is actually getting a direct line to the big man up north. Mm-hmm. And this year, he wants you to know the best gift that you can give someone is the gift of Mint Mobile's unlimited wireless for $15 a month. Now, you don't even need to wrap it. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Now, I know this was an urban legend, but I kind of just wanted to see if I could frighten everybody with those true life experiences thrown in at the end. And I hope you're not listening when you're in bed, because, is there somebody under there? Urban legends are great. They really fascinate me. The one that went around when I was a kid was about the teenagers out in the car and they keep hearing something on the roof. And then something happens. I think the police come, but anyway, there's something up on the roof of the car. And you'll know if you know what it was. But that always stuck with me from being a child. There are so many urban legends. I'd like to cover a few, just because, there can be an element of truth in there. Also, we really did the babysitter one. Now, once I was home with my best mate, and the old landline rang, because this is before mobile phones. Answered it, and somebody said, "Have you checked the children?" Now, this is about, a couple of weeks after we'd actually watched the old movie. And we were petrified, and it wasn't for years and years afterwards that my sister admitted it was her ringing from the phone box down the road. Classic. Love it. Well, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you again tomorrow. Take care, everyone.
I am a coach and an alum of Girls on the Run. Kids today carry a lot of stress, from school pressure to social isolation to overuse of devices. We create a space where girls can connect, build confidence, and learn skills like managing emotions, setting goals, and speaking up. Each child's experience is different, and families need support. I'm proud to be part of a comprehensive solution to youth mental health. Get involved today at EmpowerOurFutureCoalition.com.
What are you reaching for? If you're a smoker or vapor, you could be reaching for so much more with Zyn nicotine pouches. When you reach for Zyn, you're reaching for 10 satisfying varieties and 2 strengths for a smoke-free experience that lets you lean in, for chances to break free from your routine, and a unique nationwide community. Whatever you're reaching for, reach for it with America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Find yours Zyn wherever nicotine products are sold near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Holidays mean feasting. From cheddar biscuits to French toast bakes, Hero Bread has you covered with 0 to 5 grams net carb and high fiber options to ensure your holidays stay delicious and balanced. Like their 3 grams net carb pan au chocolat. Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code FALL25 at checkout. That's FALL25 at hero.co. All figures are per serving of Hero Bread. Contains up to 17 grams of fat per serving. See the product nutrition panels on hero.co for more information.
The stories told on the Whispering Woods are inspired by historical records, witness reports, and local folklore. While every effort is made to research and represent events accurately, some details, names, and locations may differ from official accounts or have been changed out of respect for those involved. These episodes are created for storytelling and entertainment purposes and should not be considered definitive fact or investigative journalism.